Hello and welcome to the third lecture on Mathematica. In this lecture, we will discuss about calculus of Mathematica. Okay, so in calculus, the first thing which we generally do is the differentiation. So to do differentiation, the syntax is like this. You have to first write capital D. Okay, so capital D. This stands for partial derivative, and then a function. Okay, which depends on x, f of x with respect to x. So basically this means df by dx, okay, in Mathematica. So here you write your function, okay, and here you write the variable with respect to which you have to do the differentiation, and this capital D stands for the partial derivative. Okay, so if I execute this, then I will get f dash of x. Okay, so this is what we mean. Suppose that if I want to do nth order differentiation, suppose that I am not interested in df by dx, but I am interested in d square f by dx square or d cube x by dx square. So the general syntax is like this: capital D, okay, of a function f of x, okay, comma x, in a curly bracket you have to write x, comma the order of differentiation which you want to do. Okay, so here you see this, that you have to replace here x with curly bracket x comma n. N stands for the order of differentiation. Okay, so if I want to do 3, okay, if I keep n is equal to 3, it basically means d cube f by dx cube. Okay, so it is basically 3 times of differentiation with respect to x, okay, of f. So this is the way. So let us take an example. So if I am having d, and the function is basically like this: x square, okay, comma x. So what will be the value of this? It should be 2x. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, there is very straightforward way of also doing this. Okay, so suppose that if I am having, okay, sine x, so sine of x, okay, this is the inbuilt function for sine x, okay, and I am just keeping a inverted comma here. Okay, so it is basically sine dash of x, okay, f dash of x like we do, and it is evaluated as cos x. Okay, so these are the way in which you can do differentiation in Mathematica. Now let us talk about integration in Mathematica. So integration can be of two types. Okay, the first is definite integral, okay, and the other one is indefinite integral, okay, in which the limits are not specified. Okay, so if you want to do okay indefinite integration, okay, then the command is like this: okay, integrate, okay, your function f of x, and with respect to the function which you want to do, so integration of f of x dx. So x is the variable with respect to which you want to integrate the function. So if I execute this, so you can see that there is an integration symbol f of x dx. Okay, so this is how it is taken in Mathematica. You can see that there are no limits of integration. That's why it is indefinite integration. But suppose that if you want to do definite integration, then what you will do? Okay, in definite integration the limits are specified. Okay, so basically you have to write again integrate, okay, f of x, okay, comma a curly bracket. First you have to write x, the variable with respect to which you want to integrate, and then you have to write a, this is the lower limit, and then b is the upper limit. Okay, so let me now execute this. So you can see now the integration is taken as a to b f of x dx. Okay, let us take an example on definite and indefinite integration. So there is a very famous example of Gaussian integration. So integrate, okay, e to the power minus of x square. Okay, you must be using this integral very much in your mathematical physics course or quantum mechanics course. Okay, so exponential of e to the power minus x square, where x varies from, okay, 0 to infinity. So I will use this one. Okay, and let me evaluate this. Okay, before evaluating this, you go to your evaluation command. Okay, and click on this quit kernel and local. Okay, this is always a good practice before performing any operation, okay, in Mathematica. So let me execute this command now. So this is the value of this integration, root pi by 2. You must be remembering this. Okay. Now if I take an integration, okay, this is a definite integration of x raised to x comma, and x is varying from 0 to 1. Now if I execute this, see what is the answer coming. Okay, it is showing 0 to 1 x to the power x dx. Now this is not the thing which you were expecting. Okay, so one thing which you can do is the numerical value. You can write here double slash and capital N. So this will give you the value, but there is also a very simple procedure for this kind of functions, okay, which you will be using for differential equations and integration and all those things. So what I have to do, instead of writing integrate, I have to start with n. So it is the n integrate, okay, capital N, and then the function integrate. Okay, if now I execute this, so I am getting the numerical value. Okay, so always keep this in mind, that if you want to get the numerical value in integration, you have to start with capital N, okay, and then you have to continue. So it is kind of an integrate kind of thing. Okay, n integrate. Now I will show you a very important thing, okay, which is how to define a function in Mathematica. So defining a function, okay. So if you want to define a function, basically it could be anything. It could be combination of two or more inbuilt function. It could be something which you have defined. It could be a polynomial, any kind of thing. So once you define a function, you can use it anywhere in your program. Okay. So suppose that I am defining a function, okay, f of x. Okay, so x is the dummy variable, okay, and basically f basically depends on variable x, and what you have to write it like this, and then you have to put a colon, then equal to, okay, and I am taking f of x is equal to a x cube, okay, sine of a x. Okay, so this is my function, okay, f of x is equal to ax cube into sine of ax. Okay, so this is how you have to define a function. You see the procedure. F is the name of my function, okay, x is the variable on which this function depends. A could be some constant, okay, then a colon equal to, okay, ax cube sine of ax. Okay, so this is how you can define a function in Mathematica. And let me execute this. Okay, so a function is constructed. Now what I will do, suppose that I want to find f of a. Okay, so what will happen if I do f of a? All the variables x will be replaced by a. Okay, so if I do f of a, okay, so simply I have to write f of a, nothing else. So if I execute this, so you can see that it is a to the power 4 sine of a square. Suppose if I want to find f of b, b could be anything. Okay, so you can see that it is ab cube sine of ab. If I want to replace, okay, if I want to find f of cos x, okay, then I have to just type this much, and you can see that it is f into cos x cube sine of ax cube. This is one of the most important thing, okay, how to define a function in Mathematica or in any programming. Okay, so I hope you have understood the syntax and how to use this and what it means. So suppose that if I want to take the differentiation of this function, okay, so let me tell that I want to take, okay, d of f of y. Okay, so what it means, that the function is basically ay cube sine of ay with respect to y. So basically this function will be differentiated with respect to y, and see, this is the result which I have got. Okay, so this is how this thing works. You can integrate, okay, function. Okay, f of y with respect to y. Okay, so this is how this thing works. I hope this is clear. Now suppose that you have got the value of a, then what you will do, percentage, then slash dot, okay, percentage is the last result, then slash dot is the replace, and I am writing a tends to 2. So basically what will happen in this last expression, a will be replaced by 2. So you can see that this is how this works. Okay, so now we will discuss about differential equations. Differential equation is undoubtedly one of the most important thing in physics. Whatever you do in physics is generally solving differential equation most of the times. In quantum mechanics, most of the time what you do is solving Schrodinger equation, which is nothing but a differential equation. In classical mechanics, you try to solve Newton's equation, you try to solve Lagrange's equation of motion, you try to solve Hamilton's equation of motion, you try to solve Hamilton-Jacobi equation. So all these equations are nothing but differential equations or coupled differential equations. In cosmology, if we say, then there are some equations known as Friedmann equations, which are nothing but a set of differential equations. In general relativity, if we see, then we can see that it is nothing but the Einstein equation, which is nothing but a set of differential equation. So the scope of differential equation is much bigger in physics, and we will discuss differential equation, that how to implement a differential equation. Although it is a much bigger topic, I will try to introduce you that how to solve differential equations. We will discuss all those topics in detail when the time comes. But yeah, if you want to solve differential equation, then the inbuilt function is dsolve. Okay, so dissolve is actually the inbuilt function. So suppose that I am having a differential equation y dash of x, which is basically dy by dx, equal to, this is the assignment operator. Okay, you have to always keep this in mind, a into y of x. Okay, so this is the differential equation. Okay, so first you have to write your equation dy by dx is equal to ay. Okay, this is the thing which we have written, and after that you have to keep a comma. Okay, there is also a plus one. Okay, so this is how the differential equation is. Okay, so this is our differential equation, and after this what you have to do, you have to keep a comma, and after this you have to write the dependent variable in this expression. So dependent variable is y depending on x, so y of x, okay, is your dependent variable, and you have to actually, y of x is also the solution of this expression. Which is the independent variable? It is x. Okay, so this is how you have to write a differential equation in Mathematica. Dissolve is actually the inbuilt function for first order for differential equations in Mathematica. Then you have to first write your equation, the differential equation, then a comma. You have to first write your dependent variable, which is y as a function of x, and then you have to write x, which is your independent variable. Okay, now let me solve it. So you can see that y of x is equal to minus 1 by a plus e to the power ax into c1. c1 is the constant of integration. You can find the value of constant of this integration by applying the boundary values, which we generally do. So if you want to write boundary values, then it is actually written like this. Okay, so what you have to do is that you have to keep a curly bracket in this expression. Okay, your equation. Okay, and then after the equation you have to keep a comma. Okay, and here I am keeping, okay, the initial condition is y of 0 equal to 0. Okay, so here you can see that I have written in the curly bracket first the expression, then the initial condition inside the curly bracket itself, then again the dependent variable, and then the independent variable. And let me solve it. So you can see that now the dependence on this constant has been gone. It must be 1 by a. Okay, so that is why it is written like this. Okay, so this is how you can club the initial condition with the differential equation. Suppose that you are having two differential equations. Okay, coupled differential equations, and you have to solve them. So how will we solve them? Okay, so it is like this. Okay, first you have to go to evaluation, then quit the kernel. Okay, or you can also write a clear all. Okay, so that all the variables become clear. Okay, okay, and also you can go to the evaluation and press on quit kernel and then press on local. Okay, now suppose that if I want to go solve, okay, and I am having two differential equations. So both of these differential equations will be written in this curly bracket, x prime of t. So it is dx by dt equal to y of t. Okay, then the other equation is y prime of t is equal to x of t. Okay, so here you can see that there are two differential equations, dx by dt is equal to y of t and dy by dt is equal to x of t. Okay, now I will keep a comma here. Now I want to write how many are the dependent variables. So dependent variable is y is depending on t and x is also depending on t. So x and t are my dependent variables. So I will write in here x of t comma y of t, okay, and then okay, what is the independent variable? So independent variable is only one, which is t. T is not depending on anything, so t, okay. So if I execute this now, so you can see this, that these are the solutions of x and this is the solution of y, okay. So this is how you can solve coupled differential equations in Mathematica. Now we will we will discuss further. Also there is something called ND solve, where we get the numerical value of a differential equation, but we will discuss it later with the plot function, so we will keep it later. Okay, so now we will discuss another very important thing, okay, in mathematics, which we generally use very much in physics, is the series expansion, okay. So generally we know that all the functions like sine, exponential, cos, all those functions can be expanded using series expansion. So if you are having an expression 1 plus x raised to n, then also it could be expanded in series expansion. So if you want to do such kind of expansion, okay, the inbuilt function is series, okay. Now suppose that I want to find the series expansion of exponential of x, okay. We know that it is nothing but x raised to n by n factorial, and I want to find the first 5 terms of this. So what I will do, I will write x, okay, and varying from 0 to 5. So basically I will get expansion up to the order of x to the 0, okay, to x to the power 5, okay. That much order of expansion I will get, okay. So you can see that series expansion of x, exponential of x is 1, okay, which is x to the power 0 plus x to the power 1 by 1, x square by 2, x cube by 3 factorial, x raised to power 4 by 4 factorial, x to the power 5 by 5 factorial, and we have truncated only up to this, and x to the power 6 and all those things are truncated, okay. So if I want to have the powers of x up to 10, then what I will do, okay. So this is how you can get x to the power 10, up to this much degree of polynomial you can get. Suppose that if I want to find the series expansion of, okay, sin x, okay, where x is varying from, okay, not x is varying, just I want to get the order of x, okay. So I want to start the order of x from 0, and let me get it up to 7, okay. So you can see that x minus x cube plus x to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus x to the power 7 by 7 factorial, and all the other things are neglected, okay. So this is how you can do the series expansion in Mathematica. Suppose that you are having an expression 1 plus x raised to n. This is also very important expansion. 1 plus x to the power n, okay, and you can tell that you want the order of x up to 3, okay. So you can see that 1 plus nx plus 1 by 2 n minus 1 into n x square, and this is how you have got the series expansion. Suppose that I want to replace the value of n, okay, 1 plus x to the power 3, then what I will do, okay, just a percentage, okay, slash dot, and n tends to let us make 3. Okay, so it is 1 plus x cube expansion, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 plus x to the power 3. Now so you can do numerous series expansion. Okay, suppose that if you want to take a power series expansion of a function, okay, series 1 plus f of t, okay, and the power of t varies from 0 to 3. Okay, so this is the nothing but the Taylor series expansion of 1 plus ft. Okay, so this is how you can get the Taylor series expansion. If you remember, this is the expression of Taylor series expansion, okay, of the order of t cube. Okay, and the function is a function of t. Okay, so this is how you can find the Taylor series expansion also. Okay, so this is the important application of Mathematica. Now, last but not the least, I want to discuss in this lecture lastly about limits. Okay, limits are very important part of calculus. Okay, so limits in Mathematica, how to do this? So the inbuilt function is pretty straightforward, limit. Okay, and then you have to find the write the expression. So suppose that I want to find a limit x tends to 0, okay, and sine x by x. So I will write first the expression sine of x, okay, divide by x, and where x tends to 0. Okay, so you can see the answer is 1. Okay, so your limit is basically the inbuilt function for Mathematica. Okay, and then you have to first write the expression, okay, and then you have to write the limit, okay, of that expression, and you can get the answer like this. Okay, so this is how you can do limits in Mathematica. Okay.